Hey, great Monday evening. It is a beautiful evening in the city of Brownsville, Texas. It's been kind of a hotish kind of day, a little bit on the hectic side. A lot of anticipation, a lot of let's see what goes on, what happens, and just an interesting day in the city of Brownsville. Hey, Kimberly, good evening. Saucio family, love y'all, and ready to give some time for folks to come in. Frankie, how you doing tonight?
Good evening, Erasmo. Good evening, world. Um, First off, I want to send our condolences to Derek Juarez and the Juarez family and friends. I got to work and got the unfortunate news that our friend had succumbed to the COVID-19 virus today. It's very sad.
Love you
Derek
too.
was a great person. I met him. I started working for Cameron County back in 2012, and ever since then, he was an outstanding guy, always chipper, always happy, very religious. Always talked about God, and just somebody that I always gravitated to because he just had that personality. Uh, so I just want to say, to his friends and family, that we feel their pain. His children. He had a 2-3 year old, if I'm not mistaken. Just know that you guys are in our prayers. There's no words that we can say that would, fill that void that you're feeling today and will continue to feel. Derek was a young man of 43 years old, and unfortunately, he's no longer with us. A special shouts out to the Juarez family and friends during their day of grief. Today, Erasmo, all in all, besides the news in the morning of our friend Mr. Juarez, it was exciting. The build up to 6 p.m. Was intense for myself, and just to give a little preview of the boardroom, it was pretty intense to me. I felt like I was in you know how the guys are standing before the duel, Erasmo, just staring down their opponent. It was that's the way I felt. I love the feeling. But now we know the candidates and what place each candidate will be running in. So let the games begin, Erasmo. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be an awesome race. We're expecting anywhere from 40 to 50,000 people come out in November for this presidential election. So looking forward to hitting the campaign trail and being victorious November 3rd, baby.
It was an interesting evening, and that's one of the things. Hey, Mr. Elizondo, how you doing, sir?
You're on mute,
Pauline,
sir.
Well, doing well, doing well. How you guys doing?
you're good. That's one of the things that we're going to talk about tonight. And I this morning when we had our show this morning, I did make mention in regards to Derek's passing, and again, I did make mention this morning, and I'll say it again tonight. I'm very close to the Juarez family in a way. Christian, Derek's son, is a friend of mine. I loved Christian. Christian is actually one of the first individuals to be a regular when we were having the weekly show every Sunday, and Christian was one of the pioneers of all this that we do. And again, I love the Juarez family. I love Christian, Hannah, and my continued prayers to all, the whole family. Uh, One of the things that I think is very important is that you know if Derek's passing and the passing of all those other individuals that have passed away, if they tell us something, they tell us that coronavirus is very, very real. It is very, very present in our community. Uh, and we cannot be fooled by the numbers. Today we did have 69 positives in the city of Brownsville, 5 deaths. We can't base the decision making process, our decisions that we make out there as community members, based on those numbers. Those numbers will tend to be 100% incorrect. They've been incorrect for months now, and they continue to be incorrect. And the problem is, again, a lot of individuals, they start going lax and sorry not to take care of themselves. I'm sorry, guys. It's not the time. It's not that time to have pachangas. It's not the time. Not the time to have carnasazos. It's not the time to go to the bingo cemetery. It's just not the time, guys. You have to take care of yourself. Carlos, did you see the numbers today?
No, I hadn't. I hadn't had time, especially because we had that deal going on at BIZ. But I'm listening to what you're saying, and it's overwhelming, especially to the Juarez family. Joe and all the brothers.
Eric,
It's just very, 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 very tragic, man. And such a young age. I mean, great attorney. It's just it's difficult to continue to swallow this. This pandemic that's hitting home. It's not a hoax. It's not a hoax. We've been saying that since what, March? Now
Yes.
it's hitting very, very close to home to a lot of us.
to a lot of us. And we've had the opportunity to have a lot of individuals on here. A lot of teachers, a lot of just regular, community members out here that have been affected by the Rona, and have gone and tested positive and have struggled with it. To the point where, we talked to Joe Valdez, a coach there at Porter. Coach Valdez struggled with it in the ICU, and didn't think he was going to make it. We had the opportunity to speak with Genaro Martinez, also a coach, a well-known coach here in the city of Brownsville, but also another one of our teachers there at Oliveira. And he shared a lot in regards to the mental anguish, the anxiety, the harsh feelings that a lot of that goes with the virus. Let me tell you something that I spoke with Genaro afterwards, and I've been speaking with him, during the weekend. And he was very, very proud to come on here, guys, and share his story and share what he had gone through. And he had received a lot of messages from you all, from a lot of teachers out there, and he was very, very proud, to share his story. And he called me and told me, he goes, Erasmo, that there are so many people out there that have messaged me and have thanked me for sharing my story. It's something that that they had gone through, they had experienced. There's some people close to Genaro that shared that they had also gone through the same thing. And, he and I spoke about something that, a lot of people out there were fighting about. A lot of people were fighting about the recovered. The recovered. Oh, okay. Their people are positive or negative now, so they're recovered. And my answer back then is still the same answer. What does recovered really mean? We just don't know. We don't know what recovered means. And one of the things that again, Genaro stated that I could share this. One of the things that Genaro is seeing is that this experience is going to leave him scarred for many months to come, maybe even a couple years to come. Scarred, guys, because the effects in regards to the psyche, the anxiety level, the stress, and everything. It's something that doesn't go away very, very quickly. And we did talk about. There's always that chance that it can come back worse. We just don't know. We just don't know. But again, anyone and everyone out there that has, tested positive, have struggled with the effects of coronavirus, and, suffered from anxiety or anything other, please reach out to folks. Talk to counselors. Dr. James Wittenberg's out there. He's got the heartfelt minds. Reach out to Dr. James. Dr. James will help out. We have a lot of community members, but please, don't let the anxiety, the depression, the weakness, make you feel that no one is out there to lend a helping hand. We're here for you. We care. Where's our check, Papi Trump? September, I hope. I've given. It's kind of funny because the check. I was saying August, and some people were saying July. I'm going like, I feel more comfortable in August. Now I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable maybe in September, but for sure before October. Any thoughts on the check, Frankie?
I say, my stance has always been, late September, early October. It ain't no different from BISD. In the first meeting that they had, the board members, they were, not open to giving teachers a raise. And then this last, the previous board meeting, they were like, oh, well, teachers, y'all do great things and we want to give you all a raise. And, you know, their tune totally changed, you know, 180. And again, it's unfortunately, it's always politics, you know, they always try to, you know, put the food here and say, look what I'm giving you. Look what I'm giving you. But we all know what's coming in November. So, you know, that's no different from, you know, politics at the bigger stage, you know, for the presidency. I honestly think that this is going to be a political tactic used to have folks, you know, hey, consider like, hey, this president gave us 2 checks and one right around, in my estimation, right around early voting. So I say late September, early October. That would be a great way for them to, hey, you know, get a leg up in this race. But that's my personal opinion.
Dr. Atkinson, good evening. Thank you so much for coming on today. We missed you today at the boardroom for the draw. Well, you know, figuratively speaking, and you know, it was a very, very nice memo that you threw out there in regards to you know, stating that, you know, you were not going to seek re-election. Again, I think it is the right move to make. You know, take care of your situation and then, you know, decide to push forward. It's a decent move to make. So thank you for doing that. And thank you for, you know, letting Carlos, you know, take that seat. I'm sure that Carlos is very grateful that he has no competition in that race. Marcelo, 2020. Good evening, guys. You got my vote para los tres. Love you, Marta. Bendiciones, hermosa. ¿Cómo están? Bien, Mario. Hey, guys. See, Erasmo, today all I got was 1 pack of paper, 6 pencils, and 1 black and blue pen. Yeah, we'll go into that. It's very, very unfortunate. And again, look, guys, I understand that a lot of people are out there saying, hey, parents should buy their own supplies. That's fine, guys. That's fine. The problem that we have is the district promised parents that they were going to give them the supplies for this school year. O sea, si no vas a cumplir, no prometas. Don't tell parents, hey, we're going to give you supplies, these supplies. And la raza se fue con la finta that they were going to get a laptop, a hotspot, pencils, pens, papers, notebooks, school supplies in general. They went with that finta today. And, you know, a lot of people were out there in line for 2 to 3 hours. 2 to 3 hours. And right after individuals came back, they came back and sent me pictures that last month we got 2 pencils, a pack of paper, a book, and a shirt. A literature book, I think. And again, guys, no prometan si no van a poder cumplir, guys. Again, we are a week away from starting school. A week away from starting school, and we're still not giving the students the material that we promised them as a community, as a district. Again, I know the argument, a lot of people, well, okay, let them buy their own supplies, y que be grateful that you got something. I understand the argument, guys. But look, if I promise you a piece of paper, I better give you a piece of paper. You know? Come on, guys. We're talking about the largest district, San Antonio. The issue is they don't want to admit and say, you know what, we screwed up. You know, we should have started ordering materials since April. And it was kind of funny because they were talking about it today at the boardroom, and Minerva was going like, they ordered it in Asmo. They ordered it in April. And I said, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Y'all just voted on it 2-3 weeks ago. Shut up. I told her. I said, no, you didn't, because she was arguing with, not arguing, but Miss Jessica Gonzalez was out there telling Philip Cowan, like, you know, they, you know, that's all they had gotten. They had been out there for 2 hours. And Minerva immediately, well, and I said, no, you didn't. Y'all didn't vote for this in April. Y'all just started requesting it a couple of weeks ago. There's no plan, Carlos. There's no plan.
None. And you notice the superintendent is working against the board members. So the superintendent is not helping the board members stay in line. They're trying to save face right now before the election, like Frankie was saying. And we're going to give you this, we're going to give you that. And it's Peanuts is what they're giving them, just to keep them in the good graces for November the 3rd when we come in and clean slate and get the district back where it needs to be, which is back in the hands of the employees and the children. Simple as that.
So you're here for life, look, Frankie.
You know, several of my friends, you know, called me and said, "Hey, I'm at Pace. I'm at Pace. There's like tons of cars. You know, they're gonna stop issuing out supplies. Hey, Eric, they're gonna stop issuing out supplies at a certain time, and I don't think I'm gonna make it. Like, what's the deal?" And it's unfortunate. There is a lot of need. With all this COVID, our families are affected economically. So for the district to say, hey, we're going to give supplies, it's actually better for them not to say anything because, somebody mentioned, hey, I got 3 pencils, some crayons and some paper, and again, I understand there's a lot to give out, but, with the budget, the size that we have, we should give a substantial amount of supplies, and again, that person that mentioned, oh, well, the parents are in charge of it. Hey, everybody's reeling from the effects of COVID. Unemployment is through the roof in the Rio Grande Valley. We have to take that into account. Just the way we were so quick on providing food, we should also provide a substantial amount of supplies to our students during these times of needs. So there was some coordinating issues that my friends had mentioned to me. Some lines at Porter Pace were 2-3 hours. So that just goes to tell you that there wasn't that much planning. That we should have been doing this weeks ago, Erasmo and Carlos, not, the week before, we're about to start school. It just all goes to leadership, guys. There is a lack of direction, lack of leadership within our district. And it's unfortunate because at the end of the day, the ones who suffer are the students. The ones who suffer are the teachers. They're the ones that have to deal with, a student having all the resources available in order to be able to have, that proper instruction to be successful in the classroom. So all in all, it was poorly planned and not enough supplies, in my opinion, guys.
Well, Mike, and with all due respect, at least you received something. Let me tell you, Mike, the problem, Mike, and look, and I'm a big proponent of, hey, man, you're getting something that it's free. That's fine. The problem with that, Mike, is that a lot of people went with the expectation because they were told they were going to give a list of supplies. So what happened, Mike, they gave them a list. This is what is going to be offered to you. They told them, come pick up this. Bro, if I tell you, hey, man, come pick up a bushel of barley, I come and I say, hey, come pick up a bushel of barley. I don't know what that was. And then you come here and I give you 3 little, I don't know what they are, little straws of barley. I don't know, 3 little stars of barley. You're going like, oh, wait a minute, that's what you told me to come pick up a bushel of barley. And I said, well, the rest of the barley didn't come in. And I don't even know how you collect barley, but let's pretend. So then you leave with that false expectation, like, oh man, I took time out of my day. I decided to take some time off of work because, I'm going to come get a hotspot. I'm going to come get a Chromebook. I'm coming to get, some school supplies. So I'm taking time because my kid's education is next week. And then you go, bro. And all of a sudden they go like, here's 2 pencils and a pack of paper. And you're going like, huh? And take into consideration, guys, that they only gave 42 hotspots per campus. 42 hotspots per campus. 42 times 52 is, I don't know, 200? 2,000? I'm horrible at math. Whatever. It's 2,000. Let's say 2,000. Yeah, it's because that's exactly the amount. Yeah, I'm a genius because that's exactly the amount that the IT department said that they had 2,000 for a 43,000 person school district, not counting the teachers, the staff that's also going to have to be educating individuals. No, bitch it up. That's the problem, Mike. But I understand what you're saying, bro. Sylvia is not a factor anymore. Sylvia is going to fry. What we have to worry about now is Sylvia's puppets that are running for office right now, and Sylvia's puppets on the board as of right now. No one missed Sylvia. No. Good evening. The future BISD looks awesome. Love you, Jeremiah. I think the American public is smart enough to know that no one in the government is worth jack crap. Vote everyone possibly out, just like BISD preach. Get La Pingüina out. Some campuses haven't received their supplies. As soon as they do, they will be contacting parents to pick up. Yeah, and at least a lot of these campuses didn't make that promise that, hey, come this day to come pick up. Because let me tell you today, a lot of, and again, and this morning at 9 o'clock, I made sure and I went on here and I said, guys, please do not be upset at our teachers, our principals, our staff at the campuses. It's not their fault, guys. Please. So please don't yell at my office staff. Please don't yell at my teachers. Please don't yell at my principals. It is not their fault. It is the superintendent's fault. It is the corrupt board's fault. It is their fault. It's not my teacher. Question: my daughters have to wear at least the shirt top for online school. Do you know if BIZ will have the students wear a uniform for virtual learning? I think that they are requesting it. I don't think it makes a lot of sense. Unless the parents want the child to have that sense of normalcy. Look, there's a lot of creative parents out there, guys. I've seen a lot of parents already starting to share their little setup, and they have like a little whiteboard over here, a little stack here for their books. Guys, you have to be creative, folks. Y'all have to be creative. Y'all have to, ingenuatelas, ¿cómo se dice? Ingenuatelas. I can't remember the word in Spanish. But be creative and something nice out there. Make them feel like if they were in a classroom setting. Because quieran or no, we're probably going to have to be doing this for quite a while. As much as these people may want face to face, it's not going to happen. We should already know this sport is not good. Don't trust them. Not a dime. Karma is a biatch. Dr. Anderson, we got Carlos to take your seat. All you did was kept it warm for him. The Dr. Spot has spoken. I doubt Carlos is worried about a little Ewok Eddie. No, but I want to say that I was, maybe a little bit concerned today. And
what happened?
Well, it was a funny thing that happened at the boardroom today. And,
Te van a tener que curar de susto.
Alguien traiga un huevo y me dé una barrida. Let me tell you guys, for some reason, I have no idea. For some reason, I seem to attract people that want to kick my behind, and come up and threaten me in public. It's amazing. I'm going like, this is the second time in a row that I'm in a race that someone comes and really wants to threaten me. And I just thought it was funny. The last time it was Carlos's friend, Otis Powers, out there, I'm going to take you the back and kick your butt. And we're like, you're threatening me during a campaign? Well, today, at the boardroom, right before we did the pickings, was Carlos's little buddy, and emphasis on the little, starts coming straight my way. And I thought, well, he's going to do the political thing. You have to do the political thing. He's going to shake hands. So, I pick up my hand to do the fist bump, and he doesn't. So I bump him on the shoulder. I go like, hey, man. He goes, oh, okay, you're going to get it. Que sepa que, just wait. I go like, dude, are you threatening me in the boardroom? In the boardroom! And I'm going like, in my head, I was going, oh, come on, little man, please punch me here. Punch me in front of all these people. And it was kind of funny, but everyone like sort of started to turn this way. And it was kind of funny. Oh, well, you're out there. You got a big mouth. And I'm going like, well, I don't only have a big mouth, I also have a halfway decent height. Este, and and going, well, you're out there saying lies. I said, what lies? Oh, well, you're saying that I'm going to the vendors. You just told me you were going to ask vendors for money. You said. Which ones? And I mentioned one, and I won't. But I mentioned one. Well, you so say, no, listen to my words. Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth, little Eddie. I have never run a campaign ever with vendor money. I have never run a campaign, and you're out there showing a campaign finance report. Look at it, Asmo. Little lady, I'm not your opponent. I'm not the one you have to worry about. And he goes, well, I'm not worried. Le dije, you should be worried. You should be worried because ese pelón que está allá, he's not gonna give you an easy fight, bro. You need to be worried about Carlos Elizondo. But for some reason, Lil Eddie and a lot of other people out there, they think that they're going to get an easy ride, an easy path onto the BISD board chair. I'm sorry, guys. It's not going to be an easy race for anyone. Anyone. So that was the drama that happened at the boardroom, and I'm the little kids, the little St. Joe kids were like, ooh, 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 ooh. Like they were tripping. They're like, welcome to politics, baby. It's not a fun ride. It's a bumpy ride. And let me tell you guys, it's there. When you fight, and you go for the jugular. If not, then you shouldn't be in this race. Carlos, what do you think of your opponent coming after me instead of coming after you?
I'm a little taller than you are, Erasmo.
Yeah?
I'm a little taller than you are, Erasmo. No, I think you know, and he claims he's got 32 years as a police officer. He should know better. You know, he has that much training. He should have used his police training to de-escalate the situation if really need be. Not only that is not something that you want to show other kids, that it's okay just to go out and pop someone in the mouth or go after them or threaten them if they don't like what they're saying about you. You know, we're a no bully zone, right, Erasmo?
No bully zone.
You've been bullied for the last 2 elections.
What's up with that? Why am I always getting bullied?
So no, I don't think it was cool. You know, his training should have kicked in and he should have de-escalated the situation. But it is what it is. November the 30th.
And again, you know, we have to maintain our cool. We have to maintain our cool. We have to maintain our calm. And look, guys, and I'm going to say this again to little Eddie, to anyone out there. I mean, I'm offering you an open platform. Anyone, even my opponent, even my opponent, anyone that wants to come on here and, face the people, answer questions, an open invitation, guys. Open invitations. I mean, I'll debate. I'll, go over the subject matter with anyone out there. Anyone. I mean, if I don't have the answer, I'll promise you that I'll get you the answer. It's interesting, but it was a little tense moment. I mean, as crazy as this may sound, I live for those moments. I mean,
it has to be awkward. My little girl was there. She's a 12-year-old BISD student. She saw everything. How are you going to be able to go up there and show to these children that this is what it's all about? You know, I shouldn't have not taken my little girl to go pick my number. That's what they're gonna say. Well, she shouldn't have been there, right? No, she should have been there. Every kid should have been there to know exactly what the process is. I took my daughter and she saw what happened. You know, how am I going to explain to her that it's okay? Now she's scared that maybe he wants to do that to me too. You know, if he did that to someone else, I'm running against him. Is he going to come and threaten me? This happened all in front of my kid and my wife and everybody else that was in the audience.
No, it wasn't cool. I mean, it wasn't cool at all. Again, I enjoy the I enjoy the fights, but it wasn't cool. It wasn't the place, And come on, little Eddie, you could have handled that a lot better. It wasn't the place. Look, he has my phone number, guys. I'll show you. I'll show you the text, that I've sent. He's not answered. Given him the opportunity, and I've said, hey, let's go out there. Let's have a cup of coffee. Let's hash this out, like men, like civilized individuals, But they refuse to. They shut down, and they think that they don't have to answer to us. I'm sorry. He has never been elected to anything, but he was appointed to something that is very, very important to our community, and ultimately the lives of every single individual in the city of Brownsville. So goodness gracious, in the time that you're out there representing as an ambassador to the board, you must comport yourself, little man. You must, represent the position that you were appointed to. I mean, if this is how you act when you are an appointed individual, I mean, why is this community going to trust you as an elected official? Doesn't work that way, little Eddie. Now, look at man. I understand if you make a little mistake, you stumble, you fall, pick yourself back up. Unless it looks like you're standing up, but you're really not. You just don't know because the size difference. Stand up, Eddie. I am standing up. Oh, sorry, but that could be the case. And if that's the case, it's okay, man. But again, look, little Eddie, it's campaign time, and the lesson that I was trying to teach you today, little boy, the lesson that I was trying to teach you today was that I am not your opponent in this race. You're not fighting Erasmo Castro. You're fighting Carlos Elizondo. And little Eddie, you have those little hands full. Those little hands, they're full because Carlos Elizondo is going to give you the fight of your life in the political sense, in the political realm, because that's what it should be. Political, bro. Never physical. Don't throw veiled threats out there, guys. Everyone in the boardroom turned around and were shocked. Shocked. Because you came to me, baby. You came to me. And that was a threat. It's unfortunate, man. This is the big boy league. This is the major league, baby. Erasmo Castro's not your enemy. That guy is your enemy. Right there. That guy's your competition. Not me. Now, I might decide to fight every single race out there, but that's my prerogative. You focus on that man. That's where you should be.
Never a dull day in local politics, huh? And it's interesting. People need to learn that it's nothing personal. It's all politics. When people come into this world, it's pretty cutthroat. I announced like maybe about a month ago, and golly, man, it's fun. I love it. It's so it gets my blood boiling. But we have to have thick skin, especially if we want to serve the citizens of Brownsville, our community. We have to put our egos aside. Running for political office is not easy. So I applaud anybody that's willing to put their name in the ring, because it shows that hey, either one of two things: they want to serve the community or they want the vendor money. One of the two. But it's not easy. We need to have a thick skin, and whatever happens, we need to put our egos aside and work for the betterment of our district to make it progress once we're in.
Let me go over Claudia's thing, and we'll talk a little bit more about what happened today. This is what Calvin promised. Hey, buenas noches, saludos. Sorry, my Jab Seal radio. I love my Jab Seal radio. I'll be right with you. Sorry, in the middle of the show. Jab Seal. Claudia stated, a school year like no other ahead. This is what Cowan promised. This year, as chairman of the BIZ Technology Committee, BIZ has been diligent working to provide internet access to 6% of our children who before now did not have any internet home. I can tell you that we now have 14,000 hotspots. They do not. That we will be handing out so that 28,000 of our children can do their school first year, and we are providing all pre-K 3Os, SoundCloud children with 6,000 iPads. You see, don't make promises that you can't keep. You can't keep. That's the problem, guys. That is the problem. Erasmo and Frankie, yo. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Hey, guys, Erasmo, thanks for taking the time during lunch to come talk to us. Election or not, that's how board members should always be attentive to those who work for the district. And let me tell you, this is what's very, 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 very true. Again, I tell people when I would go to campuses, always go straight to the cafeteria for strawberry milk to talk to my food nutrition for people, to anyone and everyone out there, and to ask how they were doing. You know, if we could do anything as a board. I was superintendent as his deputies out there helping out in the heat. They went for a picture moment. And once the picture moment was done and over with, so were they. Hay que enganchar la trailer. I was at Porter at 8 a.m. and I wasn't out till 9:45. Yeah, man, it was about 2-3 hours. The board is keeping the money. They should have given the checks to the parents for supplies, like a voucher just go supplies. Yeah, see, that's an option. Give individuals vouchers. Let me tell you guys, there's a lot of individuals that would have benefited for something like that. And you know what, Carlos? That would have even been a good way to help with enrollment. Oh, are you enrolled? No. Okay. Well, here's a voucher. If you're not enrolled, this is a good opportunity for you to enroll. I mean, that is a great idea. I think. I was in line for almost 2 hours, and to be told that they didn't have any supplies. A lot of people. And again, don't promise something if you're not going to fulfill. Carlos laughing. Sylvia is out. She saw the writing on the wall. Now the rest will fall. Preach. Eres un genio. I know, right? Los puppets are going down. Preach. Gracias a Dios, Gonzalez Elementary did awesome on the distribution of books. The lady said, principal will call later to pick up the rest. I got there at 8 a.m. and distribution was at 9. Personnel went out from 8:15, gave us the books, thought that was awesome. Yeah, hats out to Gonzalez. And again, our staff did the best job that they could. Again, that is why, folks, I don't want you upset at my staff, at my principals, at my teachers. No. It's not their fault. If they're not given the material, they can't produce the material. Elementaries are getting cheap old computers. That's not a good thing. Correct. Nothing worse than a person that cannot keep their word. 100%. Say no to Joe. A vote for Joe is a vote to keep BISD in the past. Joe and CFO Lorenzo Sanchez were not good for BISD. There are options and there's those races. Olivo, Frankie, Carlos, we need signs. Preach.
I'll take them.
I got a coalition of change. Preach. If elected, will you repeal and replace the superintendent? Let me tell you, I know for a fact that one of the things that we need to do is rethink the vendor structure at the district. This is what we need to do. Rethink the vendor structure at the district. And vendors could include attorneys, insurance, a lot of different things. We first got to focus on the vendor issue at the district. Secondly, this is my opinion. Secondly, the organizational chart. We have to take a very, very close look at the organizational chart to make sure that we don't have an inflated organizational chart for the amount of students that we have. Because if I remember correctly, and we'll find out once there, if I remember correctly, when we had more students, Carlos, we had less top staff. Am I correct or am I completely off?
You're right on. Right on. There's less students now and more administrators, deputy chiefs, right hand and left hand for the superintendent.
One thing, guys. One thing I would want from our super is to be more vocal, more accessible. I would like for him to use the BISD, the KBSD channel to hold weekly press conferences, especially during the COVID-19 crisis. We didn't hear from our board nor from our superintendent. I would like for him to be more vocal in English and Spanish, to give us, updates on what to expect, how to better, serve our community. That's one thing that I feel is lacking from our leadership. We have the two assistant superintendents who do all the work, and I want the man in charge. I want to hear it from his mouth. That's one thing I would want from our super. Another thing I would want him to do when it's safe, I'd want him to do, get to meet the teachers individually to each campus, to see what needs each school has. That way we can better serve each and every side of each campus. I think that's very important. Getting to meet the principals, getting to meet their needs, and then relaying that message back to the board. That way we can better serve all schools for BISD.
Frankie,
Go.
Frankie, on wanting him to speak a little more Spanish, we're probably gonna have to pitch in to get himself maybe an account with Babbel, right? Second of all, I would like for him to start wearing a suit and tie, like a respectable superintendent would, that's getting paid $350,000 a year.
I agree.
What was he wearing today when he's gonna meet his new bosses? What was he wearing? A polo shirt?
A polo shirt.
Can you imagine? I should have gotten in shorts then. But that's the respect that I have for my community. I went in a suit and tie. I rushed to my house, combed my hair, brushed my teeth, and shaved as good as I could, and hauled butt over there. And I was coming straight from accounting, from working. And I had the ability to go home, change, shave, take a shower, put on my suit and tie, and drive over to the BIZ to represent myself to my community. And you have the superintendent at Oswald, Frankie, in a polo shirt. He was probably wearing day-old socks because of the turtle incident. And that's what we had to confront. That's the person that was there talking to us like pre-K students.
People still wear socks? Or
You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. You're gonna meet your new bosses, and you're wearing a polo shirt representing the school district in one of the most important events that this place is gonna have before November the 3rd.
Well, what I thought was kind of interesting. There was a lot of a lot of individuals also that were seeking a position to be on the board, and they weren't dressed that hard. They were like, goodness gracious, a little bit of professionalism. I will say that my opponent was dressed very nicely. Carlos' opponent was dressed very nicely. Very nicely. Not all Frankie's opponents were dressed very nicely, but it was just trippy, going like,
It's like to a job interview. How do you dress? You don't take shorts.
Maybe if you're at Asmo Castro, and probably not wanting to let go of unemployment. Like, déjame llevarme los shorts para que no me den el trabajo. Did anyone threaten Frankie? No one threatened Frankie. The only one that they threaten around here is at Asmo Castro. I wonder why, guys. Why is it that
it's your fault? It's your fault.
My fault.
I'm totally not fat.
That's what I get for being handsome and totally not fat. You're right.
See.
Goodness gracious, man. I mean, literally, guys going like, come on, bro. I'm not your opponent in this race, man. I'm not. And again, afterwards, I said, hey, man, good luck. Chale ganas, because that's the type of conversation I was expecting to have with him. Échale ganas, good luck. I told everyone good luck. I told my opponent and her.
Me too.
Her hubby. And hey, good luck. Good luck. Everyone, good luck. Suerte. Échale ganas. So that's the type of conversation I expected to have from a sitting appointed board member. It wasn't the case. So, but that's okay, little Eddie. Let's leave that in the past and focus on that guy. And you'll have your hands full. And again, whoever wins that race, and let me educate you, little Eddie. Whoever wins that race, I have faith it's going to be Carlos Elizondo. But whoever wins that race, I will have to work with. You know, I will have to work with, and we're going to have to work together. Whoever wins that race. That's why during this race, during the start of the race, little Eddie, we all share pleasantries amongst ourselves. That's how it works, little Eddie. I know you haven't gone through this. And you say, good luck, suerte, 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 suerte. And then you go after Carlos. Carlos goes after you because you're fighting for the same position. I'm educating you, and I'm not even charging you for marketing. But I'm educating you, little Eddie. And then y'all fight it out. And then whoever wins that race, let's say Carlos wins that race, then Carlos has to work with me because I'm going to win my race. I'm going to have to, work with the individual that wins in Frankie's race, and whoever wins in Vito Cardenas' race, or whoever wins in Coach Joe Rodriguez's race. That's just the fact of the matter. I have to work with whoever wins in these 4 races, other races, because I can speak for myself. I'm winning this race. I'm winning my race. And I hope I can help other like-minded individuals to win their race. This is my race. And I'm going to win my race. So I have to work with whoever wins on the other races. And Carlos is going to tell you that he's going to win his race. And I would tend to believe him. Frankie's going to tell you that he's going to win his race, I think. That's what he's going to say. I mean, he better be saying that. And then I'm going to, work with Frankie then. And whoever wins that race. Guys, that is what races are about, little Eddie. Erasmo Castro is not your opponent. Sorta. That guy is. So lesson over. So little Eddie, I forgive you. I forgive you. And échale ganas, bro. Échale ganas, because you're gonna have one hell of a fight, I think. I don't know.
Yep.
Juan Rangel Senior, saludos, cat. Garcia Middle School did an awesome job with the distribution. They were very organized. Amen. See, that's the kind of stuff I love to hear. I love to hear because, again, our schools, our teachers, our staff out there, they did the best they could with what they had. 100%. Yes, he sent me a request and regretted, canceled the request. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't. He's not out there sending friend requests to people, folks. Doesn't work that way. Let them come to you. And I will run the election with cookie money. And I will be getting cookies on Wednesday. So please come pick up my cookies. ¿Qué onda, papi? ¿A quién tumbo? I love it when you call me papi. Túmbalos a todos, papá. Love you, papá. I love this man. I missed. Oh gosh, we got a lot of comments on here. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to get to all of them. Saludos, Kat. Ya lo encontré. Está bien. Awesome. I did the penguin fist pump you too. I don't think I got a. Maybe I got a fist pump from the penguin. But again, this is the pleasantry time. A lot of people don't understand. Little Eddie does it, but maybe now he does it. I taught him that lesson. This is the pleasantry time, where everyone is going, Kumbaya, my Lord, Kumbaya. Kumbaya, my Lord, Kumbaya. And I'm saying that for Minerva. Kumbaya, my Lord, Kumbaya. Oh, Lord, help La Pingüina. This is that Kumbaya moment. After that, cat. Saca las garras. That's the way politics works, guys. Welcome to politics, baby. Preach! Love you, Jeremiah, my man. I love him. Yep, no bully zone. Preach. Bullying is not cool. It isn't cool, guys. It isn't cool. And I don't know if people think that what Erasmo does is bullying. No, that presents facts. Erasmo Castro, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about Place 3? Don't know anyone on that. Do y'all want to take a shot at that? Frankie?
It's 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 one of the more crowded races. I believe there's 4 candidates, 2 females, the incumbent, Mr. Attorney Philip Cowan, and Vito Cardenas. The only one known, that is on the board is Mr. Philip Cowan. So we're gonna see how the community feels about the individuals in that race, Carlos. As of right now, the 2 ladies I don't know much about. I understand Miss Miller, if I'm not mistaken. She is involved in politics. Miss Gonzalez, I've heard things sporadically about her. So that was going to be very interesting because it's crowded, and we'll see how the incumbents do. We've heard time and time again how the community is not satisfied with the incumbent. So that one's going to be one good race to watch, guys. The individual for place 3. So will Vito Cardenas bring it to Philip Cowan? Will the ladies bring it to Philip Cowan? To me it's going to be a toss up, but it's going to be one to watch. Erasmo.
Carlos, your take?
I think it's real easy. You got to look at what past decisions have made. The only person that you can gauge and grade on this is Philip Cowan. I said, so has he made the right choices for the teachers? Has he made the right choices for the counselors? Has he made the right choice for the FNS employees? So and then you can just go, has he made the right choices for all BISD employees or for the kids in this matter? What has he done in the past? That's how you can grade his actions and what he's going to do in the future. So you gauge him by what he's done. Are the teachers happy with his decisions right now? Absolutely not. Are the counselors happy with his vote, against him for getting a raise and for putting him out into a lonely, pay scale? Absolutely not. Dietitians, nurses, absolutely not. If you look at that, bus drivers absolutely not. So you got to gauge the incumbents on their performance in the past. What have they done to make sure that every employee gets a fair or a seat at the table per se, right? At this point in time, we've seen that nothing of that has happened. Erasmo, are the teachers going to go back and vote for him? I don't know. That's so we'll know in November. Are the associations going to defend him? Are the associations, AOBE, are they happy with his performance? Absolutely not. So now you have all these other individuals who are going to go in the race. It's their provocative or their stance to say why they should be the right person. And we're going to get that. And from here to November, you're going to see these people shine. Now you got to look at Vito Cardenas. He's been a supporter of the, public education for as long as he can remember. He's very well known. His mother's well known. He's been in the community. He's helped a lot of people. The other 2 ladies, I don't know. I don't know them. So this is when they're going to have to shine and go on and see that their product is what BISD needs to buy. And by buying, I mean it's their vote, November the 3rd. And that's how they're going to prove themselves. Erasmo Castro has a history. I have a history. Olive, Frankie, you will do the same. And you're going to sit here and you're going to tell everybody why you should be the right and the only choice for that position that you're running for. And so this is what it takes, and again, we sit here, we're going to get batted across the head. We're going to get talked about. We're going to get destroyed on the blogs. It depends on who has a lot of money to pay bloggers to talk bad about us, to show whatever they want to show and to skew the narrative. But again, people who know you know exactly what you stand for in good times and in bad times. And that's how you're supposed to go out and vote.
I'm going to respond to the question a little bit more direct. What are your thoughts about place 3? Very simple. I agree with Carlos. Look, guys, you have to. And I was asked by the Herald this today. They said, why are you running? And I said, because the actions of this board in the past 6 months have been contrary to the community's wishes and desires. Contrary. And if I am completely reading this wrong, then you have the choice of bringing back Philip Cowan. I mean, if you are happy with the decisions of this superintendent, because Philip Cowan went, balls to the wall. Can I say that? We went balls to the wall in regards to the superintendent.
Too late.
He said, Is it a bad expression? I don't know. Okay. He said, oh, he's excellent, superiority, or super duper califragilisticexpialidocious, amazing, something like that. He said. So now, if you agree with Philip that and the rest of the board members, oh, we're doing a great job, oh, good job, a superintendent, everyone's doing a great job. If you agree, then you have a choice. Bring back Philip Cowan. That's your choice. If you disagree, then you have to opt to decide between Miss Miller, Miss Gonzalez, or Mr. Cardenas. And I really think, and again, I love Miss Miller. I don't like Miss Gonzalez too much, but I think that they're going to, not do great. Not too great. I think the person to watch in that race is going to be Mr. Cardenas, Vito Cardenas. And again, guys, Mr. Vito Cardenas is stated that he wanted to come on here Wednesday. So we'll see if he comes out on Wednesday and, shares his platform, what he wants to do. And then you ask them the questions. But look, I've already invited Philip here twice, and he said he was coming on, and he didn't come on. I don't know why he did that flip-flop, but he said he was going to come on, and then he didn't come on. But again, I'm going to invite him again. And look, guys, I have a good relationship with Philip. I have a good relationship with Philip. And, I have a good relationship with Vito and Miss Miller, and not with Jessica Gonzalez at all. But, and not with her, because she was used by this board, by this corrupt board. I just don't care for people that were used by this corrupt board. That's beside the point. So if, again, listen to Mr. Cardenas. Mr. Cardenas produces the information that you need. Then, vote for Mr. Cardenas. If you agree that the superintendent has done an amazing job, and that y'all appreciate all the broken promises that have been made by this board, then you have your choice. But it's your call. It's your decision to make. Who are your opponents? I am running against an opponent, graduate from St. Joe, graduate from a private university, someone who has never stepped foot in a public school ever. Someone who doesn't know the struggles that a lot of us go with. That is my opponent, my only opponent. Do y'all want to share y'all's opponent? Or
go ahead, Frankie.
I'm also going up against somebody who comes from the private school. Another opponent, according to many, sits on many boards. The only board that I'm interested in is the BISD Independent School Board. And I'm the only one in my race that has an education background. And I think that's very important, especially with teachers moving forward. I think that's gonna be the tipping scale in my race. My opponents do not have education as their background, and that's something that separates me from the rest.
Carlos?
I have Edelmiro Garcia, a retired police officer. I guess he's a police officer and I'm a firefighter. So the best opponents at each other.
First line responders. Fire.
I've saved lives. What can I say? I continue to serve, even outside.
Yep.
Even outside of that, the not being a firefighter within the city doesn't mean that I stopped giving or caring for the community that I have served my entire life. I still do have, kids in BISD.
Amen.
Still have a wife who's a counselor at BISD. I see how this current board has not put their priority or their safety as their priority, as the BISD priority. So I feel, because of my healthcare background and because I continue to serve, that I know I am the best person for that job. I've done it before. I've done great things. I continue to do great things. And I don't stay in the dark. I don't stay under someone's skirt. I don't stay, under someone's foot like Sylvia Atkinson. The reason that she didn't run here is because she knew that she was going to have to compete with me. The one who went against me and allowed the justice system go to do what they did to me was because of Sylvia Atkinson. She wanted me out so she can do what she did, which is steal from the kids of the school district. And she's not coming back because she was scared that this person that she tried to kick out and put in jail and destroy is coming back. And it was coming back for her. But she bowed out gracefully, so it is what it is.
Well, it's kind of funny that, and I'll say this, and I don't know if Carlos didn't want to say it or maybe, but this is the way I look at it. Sylvia Atkinson picked up a packet and said that she was going to run. She was planning to run. And one of the things that the reasons that people like that do that is the same reason why they tried to do it in my race. They were trying to say, oh, Larita's going to run, because they wanted a clear path for Sylvia's candidates to come onto this board. And the reason they want to do that, guys, look, the reason they want to do that is because they want to have no worries about one race, two race, and then focus all their attention on the others. But there's no doubt in my mind that, my opponent in this race is going to be a Sylvia puppet. There's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind that Carlos' opponent is going to be a Sylvia puppet. There's no doubt. And that's why Sylvia was trying to say, oh, I'm going to run. And then at the last moment was going to let her candidate run against Carlos Elizondo. And that's the game that they play. That is the game that they play. Because if anyone thinks, even though she's going through a court and she put up a nice little post, if anyone thinks that Sylvia doesn't have her pawns in this race, then you are more stupid than Minerva. More stupid than Minerva. Because of course she's going to plant her pawns in this race. And I'll guarantee you one thing. I am not a pawn of Sylvia Atkinson. I'm going to be 100% sure that Carlos is not a pawn of Sylvia Atkinson. And I'm going to be 100% sure that Frankie is not a pawn of Sylvia Atkinson. Sylvia! Sylvia, get back the money! So automatically, guys,
What?
that's a check mark in these three candidates. Have no love for Sylvia Atkinson or for her corrupt machinations, her corrupt ways, her thievery, and will definitely not be a puppet of Sylvia Atkinson. But the other children running this race, come on. They're from the same clique. So if elected, would my opponent be Sylvia Atkinson Jr.? Yeah. If elected, would Carlos's opponent be a Sylvia Jr.? Yes. Would Frankie's? Yeah.
Who appointed my opponent? Erasmo?
Ah?
Who appointed the opponent that I'm running with?
Sylvia Atkinson.
Hmm.
Sylvia Atkinson appointed Edelmiro Garcia.
And who voted on that appointment?
Minerva,
Hmm.
Risi, Drew,
Hmm.
Philip,
Hmm.
Laura.
That's your answer for November the 3rd.
Very simple. Guys, does anyone out there think that a corrupt board that is under federal indictment, federal investigation, 5 of the individuals who are subpoenaed, Minerva, Prisi, Drew, Laura, Baltasar Salazar, 5, y'all think that they had nothing to do with Sylvia Atkinson? Come on. Friday, Sylvia Atkinson had court.
Hmm.
Guess what attorney was out there speaking?
Who?
Baltasar Salazar.
Oh.
For Sylvia. Baltasar Salazar, representing the board. Hey, and guys, guess what? Guess how many people voted for this board to get attorneys paid by you? for Sylvia's case. All of them.
Yep.
All of them.
All of them voted to
Edelmiro, Philip, Minerva, Prissy, Drew, and Laurita, they voted unanimously to give themselves attorneys to
and they
represent
don't want to
themselves.
give the teachers and the children school supplies. They gave them 2 pencils, 2 pens, and a pack of papers, yet they vote themselves legal representation on every individual who pays taxes for the school district.
That's a good point, Carlos. Because how expensive are attorneys, guys?
Woo!
Very expensive. And what did they give the community? Those lápices. Come on now. This is very telling, guys. You know, they're willing to help each other out by making sure that they have legal representation, which costs, in my estimations, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, I would say an easy, what, $75, $100, $150,000?
Where are you getting your attorney's fees from, man? I want some of those.
I'm just trying to lowball, guys. I'm just trying to be
Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
thousands of dollars. So again, this is the mindset. This is what we're dealing with at the board. They're willing to help out their own friends, spend money galore, but when it comes to your students, to your children, teachers, when it comes to y'all foot the bill. Shouldn't it be the other way around? That, remember that, guys. Remember that in November when they come ask you for your vote.
But they want to give the people crumbs. And the idiots out there like Tito Mata, idiots like Tito Mata. Oh, thank you, sir, for the crumbs. Thank you for the crumbs.
We have some more.
Thank you, more crumbs. No, man. Look, guys, we're not offering crumbs. We're offering an end to the crumbs. That's it. It's over. No more. This is your board, people. Those are your chairs. This is your city. Te están jambando. Te están rateando. You have the power to stop it, to stop them. This election.
Erasmo, and they probably gave them the erasers, the ones that remember when we were kids, the cheapest ones that you had to bite that little metal piece so that the eraser could stay on there. You have to bite the ends, it'll stay, because when you try to erase it, it'll fall off.
No. Eran los lápices chinos que you try to erase y se te va todo el eraser.
But we get attorneys.
But they got, high-powered attorneys. Sorry, I was out. What did I miss on Garcia? Mike, you have to rewind, bro. Love you. Hey, have little Eddie come on your show. Again, he's welcome. And when I say everyone out there is welcome to come on, everyone. So, little Eddie, Edelmiro, I'll stop doing the little Eddie thing. Edelmiro, please, you're welcome to come on. Anytime. Let me know. Hi there, Leo. Puro muscle. Erasmo, who are you running against? And you, Frankie. Again, I am running against a product of private education. Product of the high society, the 1% in the city of Brownsville. The 1%. Frankie, the same.
Same thing, guys. Same thing.
¿Está duro el peloncito o ese está pelón? No, está bien pelón. We. Like, itsy bitsy little any. Yo tengo sueño. Good night, Asmo Frankie. ¡No te vayas! Good night. A little Eddie le tiene miedo a Carlos Elizondo Melguizo. Little Eddie doesn't have the baseball? Oh. No, Erasmo, the community is little Eddie's enemy. What is he doing to serve us? Our educators, not a damn, just serving themselves. Erasmo, pareces tránsito. Como decimos en México, hasta en las mejores familias hay problemas. Wow. Lo que pasa en el distrito. Frankie, how will you overtake Pampers JDS in this race? He's a cute child.
All I gotta say is, we gotta dress the part in order to be able to perform our duties. That's one thing that I would make a suggestion to to my opponent.
Here's the kicker, guys. Don't know if you guys have addressed this, but iPads and laptops were taken away from the teachers to be given to students. Yikes! See, that could have been avoided with proper preparation. Now, the other thing that we all have to take into consideration, Mike, is that are we ready as a city for the great amount of internet usage that is going to be out there? My best guess is we're not. We should have done what McAllen did. Did y'all see what McAllen did? McAllen, they actually initiated the process of making McAllen into a smart city because they went and I think put them up there on the transformer or something like that. No, Frankie? Something like that, guys? See, that's this kind of stuff. But in order to look, and again, in order to do that, guys, we have to take the district this November. And then in March, we have to take back the city. We have to, as a community, we have to take it back. I can vouch on Erasmo going straight to the cafeteria to talk to the cafeteria workers and then walking to the office with a strawberry milk. Amen, brother. I love me that strawberry milk. But look, guys, and JJ is right. I would walk straight to the cafeteria. Most of the time, I would go at a time where my cafeteria workers were having their breakfast, and I would sit down with them. And let me tell you, they were very, very surprised. They had never, ever seen a board member sit down with them to ask them, how are you doing? How can I help you out? And that is the type of leadership I can guarantee that the future board will bring to the table because it's the better way. It's the right way. It's the only way. A new dawn is coming. Preach. Superintendent was just there for pics. There are teachers there are still suffering from diarrhea from heat exposure day. El chorro. Way to go. If elected, we should push for high schools to have actual strength and conditioning coaches. Yes. Great point, Carlos. He needs to dress professionally just like he expects the teachers and staff. Exactly, man. No respect from the superintendent. Hello, Mr. Castro. Do you know what pay period month do our raises come in? Should be already in your September check? August check. Hay que hacer una cooperacha para comprarle el libro Inglés sin Barreras. With all the due respect, the boards are not the bosses. They are there to help make decisions in the best interest of the district. If you're thinking you're going to be the boss, you're wrong. Let me tell you, Mike, the board is there to oversee. There is a governance issue. Administration needs to run effectively. But with that said, Mike, there are two functions of the board. Well, there are two hiring process of the board. The board can hire and fire the board attorney, and the board can hire and fire the superintendent. That's the only power the board has in regards to that hands-on administration to the district. So, in a sense, if you have the power to hire him and fire him, then in a sort of way, you are a boss and overseer of that position. Because I repeat to you, Mike, the only functions are to hire and fire the board attorney and hire and fire the superintendent. Everything else is controlled by administration. If that doesn't happen, then you have another Sylvia board on there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have issues with governance.
I think it was going off my course when I was saying the bosses. What I was referring to is not the BISD staff, but the superintendent. The board is the boss of the superintendent.
Yes.
Only. And like you said, and you explained it, and the attorney. Other than that, everything else falls underneath the superintendent. So he's right.
Yes, 100%. Guys, and again, we have to avoid the governance issues out there. See, and that's part of the problem, Mike. Part of the problem is that the community has that misconstrued because Sylvia, for too long, she had her hands in everything, giving her sister this job, giving her other sister this job, giving her brother this job, putting this person here as principal, putting that other person there. And there's a lot of people in the district, Mike, they started to like, oh, well, the board is the one that decides. No, administration decides. That is their job. That's what they get paid for. The board only signs off an okay or questions. Hey, well, we have some concerns here or there. Is able to share those concerns and those questions. Never does the board. Never does dictate. Dictate. That is the difference. But again, a lot of times people don't know the difference because they have been doing it wrong for way too long. Is there a video of the incident? I wish. I wish. Abzil Radio, 100%. Thank you guys for coming back to the community. Jobson's Raiders making a comeback to Brownsville, Texas. That Eddie requested me. I accepted thinking he was a good board member. Now I will be totally unfriending him. Yeah, he's doing that to all my friends. Who is Argelia Miller? I love Miss Miller. Beautiful person. A good friend of mine. I actually picked her number today at the boardroom. A great, great person. I love Miss Miller. Do I think that Miss Miller is going to, win the seat? I'm going to say no. But again, it just depends on how hard she tries to get the seat. Again, I'm not excusing everyone off except my opponent. Firefighter versus policeman. The superintendent is the only boss, and that's why we need to be careful who is hired to be superintendent. Yeah, 100%. The superintendent works in conjunction with the board, but the board are not the boss. I'm going to disagree a little bit because if you can get hired and fired by an individual, he is your boss. In that sense of the word, he is your boss. He can fire or hire you. And again, let me go. We're almost out of time, but I also want to do another little misconception that a lot of people have out there, Mike. A lot of people have the misconception that every superintendent that goes has to be bought out, and that is not the case. That is not the case. And I'm going to say the reason why so many superintendents in the past were left with a golden parachute was because they had information on the board members. I mean, look at guys. The only superintendent I have seen as a recent that did not leave the district with a golden parachute was Dr. Sendejas. She didn't leave with a golden parachute. She left very honorably. And her actions were taken into account because now she is a director for Region 2. So in that sense of the word, Mike, again, the board has two powers: hire and fire the board attorney, and hire and fire the superintendent. 2020 is going to be epic with our new school board members. Preach. Love you, Doc. I was so excited to see that there was not school supplies list in the school packets. Martin gave out computers, hotspots, and workbooks. Lincoln gave out school supplies, and the girls need to go ham campus to pick up computers. Okay. JobShowRadio.com. I love my radio. Coach, stay home already. Let me tell you guys, and Coach Rodriguez has a very, very good shot of winning this race. So does Marisa Leal. It's just going to be whoever works it the hardest. But the one that needs not come back is Minerva Peña. But again, guys, y'all have to do your research. And again, they have to sell themselves in that respect. They have to come to you and tell you, this is why you should vote for me. But you should definitely not vote for Minerva Peña. Y'all got my vote. Love you, Baron. Gracias. Coach Rodriguez should stay home. Ya dale chance a alguien más. Mr. Castro, I would be honored to be your personal bodyguard, escort, trained and certified. I would be honored. EMS trained, basic SWAT trained, off-course mixed martial arts, 4-degree. Ni se te acercan.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Hey, I'm not him.
No, I accept.
I love you. Yo le doy tus galletas.
I accept.
Yo le doy tus galletas.
I accept, and I'm a little bit in love. We need to vote for the individuals that have a backbone and have our educators and students message on it. Y a todo esto, who stole the cookie from the cookie jar? Sylvia stole millions. Vela Middle School was very well organized with an amazing new principal, Ms. Delgado. Had the privilege to work with her. Let me tell you, I like Miss Delgado. Mandy, I think her name is Mandy Delgado. Uh, I like her. I've actually had the opportunity to speak with her a couple of times at Breeden. And let me tell you, I feel that she had her stuff together. I really did. And you know me, guys. When I don't like someone, I don't mince words. But Ms. Delgado, I think she's going to do a great job. Great job. I think she did a great job at Breeden. As they're very, very professional. And I like the way she had her office organized. It just looked pretty cool. So good luck. Y'all, God bless y'all. Y'all got my vote. Thank you, Adi. Love you. The GOAT is a savage. Preach. Saludos a los cats de la Southmost y el cat, the cat, Erasmo Castro. Hey, Southmost is Erasmo country. Uncle Vito. Erasmo, is your campaign party place at the new Jack in the Box? And let me tell you, if they accept, that is where we're going to have the victory party, Jack in the Box. If they accept.
Let's do a drive-through one.
Go drive-through. Hello, Erasmo, Carlos, Frankie. Hey, minute. We all need new blood, BIZ preach. Carlos, I need 2 sides.
You're getting them.
Alpino Bria, very educated lady. Amen. Carlos' smile is amazing. Woo! We need a whole new period. Miss Miller is a very awesome person. I love her. New blood needed on the board. I love Miss Miller. She knows that. Why did Frankie go to the position with only 2 years left rather than 4 years? That's a good question.
I want my community to be able to evaluate me. I love working under pressure. 2 years is gonna have my feet to the fire. I love working under stressful and critical situations, and I'm up for the task. I think that I will do great things in those 2 years that would merit me another 4 years. That's the reason why I chose to jump in the 2-year race, because I want my community to be able, in a short amount of time, to see that I could pull through for my community. And if I could pull through in 4 years, I can do even better in 4.
Do you think 3 opponents benefit Cal in this race? No. And the reason I say no is because I'm going to say that I think all incumbents right now should be running very, very scared. Well, all incumbents like Philip and Minerva and the appointed one, I think they should all be running scared, because unless I am misreading the sentiment of my staff and my students and parents, they are pissed. Very pissed. So the 2 incumbents, Philip and Minerva, and Edelmiro Garcia, they shouldn't be confident at all. It's not going to be an easy race for them. We need to get rid of all of Sylvia's pawns, 100%. The Sylvia puppets still on the board are Prissy, Moby Dick, and La Willy Wonka Drew. And actually, Prissy me llamó la atención. She said for me to be nice. So I said I will start to be nice, Prissy. And I will. I will. Because, look, at the end of the day, I'm going to have to work with Prissy and Drew on there, So, they're going to be on there for at least 2 years unless the federal government does their job and also indicts them. So, Baltasar va a saltar. If he's a vendor, they're all in danger. We, the community, need to vote out the ratas from BISD. Preach. Salar Capona del momento, el Capona por la Capona, comedor de las personas, de las armas de las. How will you guys handle the corrupt board attorney Baltasar Salazar? All vendors on that same day of swearing in should be considered. All vendors on that same day that we are sworn in need to be considered, reconsidered. And we need to discuss the options that are available to us. That same day that we are sworn in, my recommendation to my 4 colleagues that are going to win is for us to have an emergency meeting. My recommendation. I need signs, guys, on busy Central Avenue. I'm trying, Luis.
Yeah, me too.
Get rid of the attorney. He's a vendor. I donated 8,600 pesos to the Cheese Pencil Drive. Yes, that's royal, but BIC should give us much more, 100%. Yeah, forget the real ladder bosses or pyramid of leadership. Pretty much sure teachers' loyalty will be there. Principals over what the school board might say 100%. Hi, hello, Mr. Castro. Big love for BIZ. Love you, Rudy. Guys, I'm going to skip a lot of them. Sorry. Middle school was so well organized. Took us 15 minutes to pick up books, paperwork. Good job. Yeah, good job, Mandy Salgado. Should be a close race for all. Carlos, if elected, would you push for a more contingent awareness plan against the fight regarding illness, essentially like pulgas, COVID, etc.?
Of course. Is that a yes or no answer?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, that's where this leadership comes in. The most important person during this pandemic was who? Your school nurse director. And where has she come out on anything? They haven't let her, because she has a will to say what is in the best interest of every child and every employee. And that's not what the superintendent or the school board wants to hear, because then they're going to say, well, Erasmo and Frankie were right. Everything that they've said, everything that the doctors have said, anything that Dr. Eder Hernandez, and Dr. Saavedra and Dr. Cernan and Dr. Mari and all these people are right. She is just going to go in there and say, yes, you should listen to them. They are right. You should not allow any BIZ staff to come back in. That's what's happening. So what do? Like he said, pulgas and fleas and piojos and all this stuff. She's going to say what it needs to be done, and they're not going to want to do it because kids have to stay home.
Yeah.
Kids with lice go to school.
100%. Frankie, last words. Thank you again.
Today we finally, knew who the candidates are in each position. I'm very confident that that I am the right choice for place 2. I have an background in education, and I want to direct myself to the parents, to the teachers. I understand your frustration right now with technology, with the supply pickups. Teachers, you're doing your best, and this is without the backing of leadership. They disrespected y'all by not giving you the compensation that you deserve for many years. On the contrary, the soup thinks that you're lazy, that you have to justify your pay. They're making you come back into the brick and mortar schools. I understand your sentiment. You're scared, you're worried, and you have every right to be. Teachers, you're in training all day to instruct the child virtually. Parents, teachers, you all want to be heard. I appreciate what each and every one of you do. Teachers, staff, counselors, diagnosticians. Y'all aren't given a full platter. Y'all are dealing with this as best as you can, and you're doing an amazing job. All day training, all day calling parents, back and forth. Y'all are probably working up late, 8, 9, 10 at night, making sure that you have everything ready for this upcoming year. I understand your sentiment, and I promise you, once we're elected in November the 3rd, your voice will be heard. I will be an advocate for you and for the rest of my points on my platform. Special needs population, compensation, insurance, incentives, and changing the morale. I'm so excited, and I'm thankful that I've been getting messages and phone calls congratulating me, encouraging me. That is the only way that I know that our community wants change. And I'm proud to say that once November comes, we will do great things together. Thank you for your time, guys. Y'all have a great night.
Carlos, last words.
Hey, man, I'm excited. Very, very excited to see what the future holds for BIZ. And I know that November the 3rd is going to make day one of a new beginning for all BIZ staff and children. I said, it's like you said, Erasmo, it's time to get the incumbents out and get new people in there to go in there and do the right thing for everybody, not just for the select few. It is important to redirect and tell all your friends that every vote is going to make a difference, especially at BISD. So don't forget to go out and vote November the 3rd. Vote for Carlos Elizondo, place 7. and vote for every other individual that's going to make a difference for every BISD employee. Thanks.
Guys, again, thank you all so much for for coming on. Uh, Again, it is the start of campaigning, and again, to everyone out there that has placed their name, to run to seek office, hats off. Congratulations on wanting to serve, wanting to represent. Now it's in the voters' hands. Y'all are going to have to make a choice. Do you want a little bit of the same, a continuation of what you've been experiencing for the past 6 months? Or do you want something different, something new, something better? If that is the case, then come October 13th, the start of early voting, you have 3 weeks to vote. If you cannot leave your home, please call Cameron County Elections Office, send me an inbox, and I'll send you the phone number, and they will send you a mail-in ballot. The sooner you do it, the better it will be for the county as a whole, county elections department. Guys, again, we're still fighting coronavirus. Please continue to wear your face coverings. Please continue to wash your hands. Please continue to maintain social distancing up to 8 feet. Please carry hand sanitizer with you. And please, 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 if your neighbor, your family member has it, please take them groceries. Go get their medicine, whatever they need. This is the time for us to come together. Please, guys, I'll see you here tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. Please be good to each other, and please, please be good to me. God bless.